We're heading up to Wolf Creek Pass right now. We're going to be taking 84 up the pass, and they've changed the time on when it's supposed to start snowing out here several times already. So we were expecting to see snow around 3 o'clock. I just saw a couple of snowflakes, but not snow. Drum roll, please. So we're going to head up there and we're going to see how amazing this blizzard is going to be, because we're supposed to get like 1.5 feet or more up in the mountains. We're going up to 10,817 feet. We might even go up towards Lobo Pass, which is higher up than Wolf Creek Pass. But you can see right now it is dry and there's no snow. Maybe Al Gore was right. Snow will become extinct in Colorado by 2027. What are you up to today? They're getting more snow in Florida, in northern Florida, than we are out here in southern Colorado. We're at 7,000 plus feet elevation. I mean, there's little dustings of snow that have got piled up from the last snowstorm, and not enough sunlight's hit the snow to melt. But there's hardly any out here. There should be at least a few feet of snow out here right now. I'm just going past the Animas River. It's not even frozen. I mean, it's 38 degrees. Feels relatively warm. Now, I got a friend in Calgary. She sent me a Facebook post with wind chills. They're getting like negative 30 out there. It's colder out there right now than it is in places in Antarctica. Brr. Oh, man. You can see right here, SH, what does that say? Snow-covered icy roads. Use caution. Oh, we will. As long as this guy from Texas knows how to use a stop sign. Where's the beef? It's as dry as Death Valley. Well, actually, Death Valley's been getting more rain than we have. They have new lakes in Death Valley now. We're gonna have to change the name. Mildly Dry Valley this year. I prefer riding my bike up Wolf Creek Pass, but it's probably not the best idea to ride up. There's going to be a snowstorm. Coming back down would be a doozy. It is tempting though. Talk about a disappointment. Weather channels were making it sound like it was going to be a once in a century blizzard up here. Coming 2025. Well, it's 2026 now. I'm a little bit late. We're just joking. Pagosa gets a lot of that. Businesses, they're like, we'll see you in June. And 4 years later, the sign's still up. We'll see you in June. Is that supposed to be like 2030 or...
Overspeed.
Look like a schoolie, a school bus or some type of bus converted into a RV. I do see a lot of cloud cover close to the pass. Doesn't look like it's snowing yet. In a minute, we're going to be going past Pet Cemetery. The place spooks me out. I just don't know if it's cold enough. Guy that owns the Keystone Pipeline, I think, owns a ranch out here that's approximately 2,000 acres. I see black helicopters flying super low over here several times, actually. Not much out here. Now there's legend of a Spanish treasure out here, hence the name Treasure Falls waterfall coming up on the right here in a couple of minutes. And then you got Elwood Pass, which is an amazing four-wheel drive 4x4 trail. It goes up over 12,000 feet. That was the only road, or one of the only roads to come into Pagosa 100 or so years ago. And I mean, it's tough in a Jeep or a 4x4. I can't even imagine horse and carriage, like the original RV. Well, that would be a teepee and sandals, I guess, like the original. Motorhome. You as the motor. All right, we're starting to get a couple snowflakes here. Not enough to stick, but close to 8,000 feet right now, 7,700 feet elevation to 8,000 approximately. Pretty steady 6% approximately incline for much of Wolf Creek Pass. I'm going to build up your legs. Get a little spooked out on the way. Ride your bike up Wolf Creek Pass. They did a really good job on the shoulder. So it used to be, when we get to Wolf Creek Pass or below it, you'll see what I'm talking about. The shoulder's a lot better than it was just a year ago even. It used to be not even half of what it is now. So they did a great job paving it, adding some depth to the shoulder, some width. Alright, we're getting a couple of stuff. So this road right up here that we're coming up to, this is Elwood. This will lead to Elwood Pass. I mean, if it stays mellow like this, we might be able to hike all the way up to the Lobo Towers, which are at 11,500, I think. 11,500 feet elevation. Dynamite views. This is one of my favorite bike rides, though, out here going up Wolf Creek Pass. Cumbre Pass is, I like even more. There's less cars, not quite as intense. The inclines average at about 4%, 3 or 4% versus here you're 6 to 9%, and you'll still get over 2,000 feet elevation gain. Start out in Shama, and you might see on that whole ride, you might see a dozen cars, maybe. I mean, it's lightly traveled out there, so it's a great place to ride and connect with nature, and it's not as intense as Wolf Creek Pass. That's interesting. I thought we'd be seeing some snow right now. Here we are, we're starting to head up the pass. We'll be going past Treasure Falls here in just a moment. Should be 5 to 10 feet of snow on the ground. This is unprecedented. I it might have been this dry or close to this dry back in like 1977. So 48 years ago. All right, I can see a couple of snowflakes now. So from this sign, Wolf Creek Pass is 8 miles. To the right up here is Treasure Mountain or Treasure Falls. Treasure Mountain is behind it. It's a fun trail to go up to. But this shoulder is way better than it used to be for biking. It used to be about half that width. And you can stay to the right of those divots that create the noise. Like if you go over too far, you'll hear it go. So you stay to the right of that. Whereas before, I mean, you were like right on the white line. You'll see people out here. It's illegal to do it. You shouldn't do it, but you'll see people out here sometimes parked on the side of the road looking through these rock piles for, I can't remember what it was, like some type of crystal. Now, up and to the left, that white spot is not snow. That's actually a trailer from a semi-truck that went off the road a few months ago and just going way too fast. I think the driver was only like 23, so super young, had his whole life ahead of him, and unfortunately, he didn't make it to the, there's a off-ramp you can go to just a little bit further down, like if your brakes go out, that, you know, is there for semi-trucks. He just didn't make it. You hear stories like that out here in Wolf Creek Pass. I mean, that happens, seems to happen almost every year, at least once. Wow, they got that open. That's cool. Little viewpoint. Kind of cool. If you look at the road, you'll see the wind push some snow across the road real lightly. So got some snowflakes, but it's not sticking yet. Those icicles are cool. Very light snow right now. Looks like it is sticking up here. We're over 9,000 feet elevation right now. Probably closer to 95. Okay, here we go. Now we got a little bit of snow. Yeah, we're over 10,000 feet now. We're getting close to the top. 19 degrees, but it's a lot colder with the wind chill. Continental Divide Trail. Here we are, Wolf Creek Pass. We are here at the pass. Okay, well, I'm going to keep you posted. Thank you, and I will see you soon. Be a change you want to see. Nanny, nanny.